Hi and good day, everybody. And it's a pleasure to meet everybody at our virtual conference. And today I have with me a very, very special person, Mr. Paramjit, who comes from the remote part of India. And he's going to be talking about his great quality life and his great quality dialysis from where he resides. So, Mr. Paramjit, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, ma'am, I am Mr. Paramjit Sabharwal from Ahmednagar, Maharashtra, a small district between Pune and Aurangabad. I am a patient of Sri Anand Rishi Ji Hospital Trust, Ahmednagar. I have been doing dialysis for 16 years over here, and my dialysis is being monitored by the hospital as well as the state government. The state government and empaneled hospital is paying for all my treatment from 2013. Before that, I was being looked after my hospital trust. Now the hospital trust is still giving me injections and dialyzer for my treatment, and I have to just manage few medicines only, and I will never hospitalize it for last 10 years. I am not even bedridden. I go on to my hospital from with my own bike, and I come back after dialysis, and I do my all activities as normal. Okay.
Mr. Paramjit, what is the one most important thing that every dialysis patient has to keep in mind for living a good quality life and having accepted like dialysis as a part of their journey and being cheerful?
See, we actually you have to be very much positive. You must have a good moral. You have good control over your mind. So you don't think dialysis is a disease. It is just a system failure that can be controlled by the dialysis machine. So whenever, if you want to be uh, uh, go a long way through this dialysis machine, you have to be positive about your living, and you have to keep tab of all your tests, normal tests every 3 months, and your eating habits. You should not lose your weight. Also, I have not told it before. You should try to gain weight. When you start losing your weight, you will start sinking. So eat as much as you can, but to certain limits. Not if you go on eating one thing in a large scale, then it will create a trouble. You eat all fruits, you will eat each and every thing available. You just try to be normal, and if you are eating a good diet, you will not lose weight. And water should also, you should also have a good control over your water intake, because the water we drink goes directly into the blood, and the blood pressure starts rising. And even the blood pressure medicines you are taking, they should be taken as a, just as you are putting salt in your food, you should also take tablets in such a way that neither your blood pressure goes very down or very up, because fistula gets damaged by that also. So what I've been doing, whenever my blood pressure crosses 180, 90, then I take 20 Nicardia 20 mg tablet. And if it is stable at one, my age is 60, so my blood pressure normally age-wise is 150, 90, or say 80. But if it rises above 150, 60, then I start with a 10 mg tablet. If it goes to 70, if it goes to 90, then I start with 20. And if it goes above that to 10, then I take 20 plus 10 mg tablet, so that it is under control and normal through the dialysis. Even if you have problem while you're doing your dialysis, all of a sudden your blood pressure rises and you are breathless and you have to be put on oxygen. Don't commit this mistake ever. You should, whenever you go to dialysis, you check your blood pressure at home, and then after going to hospital, when you are on the machine, then again you check the blood pressure. If it is near about normal, then you don't take the medicine, and if it is abnormal, immediately you should take the tablets. So you have to be very punctual about all things. So if you want to go a long way, and you have to be very particular about your treatment and do never skip your dialysis. Be careful if you skip, even if you have a dialysis in the morning, you have skipped it, you go to. I have never skipped a single dialysis in my 16 years. I had never go. I am never out of town. I am always inside my city limits, so that if there's any problem, actually now I am not least worried about any problem being to be arise anywhere. So I am always on move.
And I also know you're just 60 years young, but you're very, very active also. So, how physically active are you?
See, actually, I can do I do my little bit work, whatever I have to do. I go to marketplace to buy vegetables. I go to buy all sort of things. I go to marketplace all by myself. I don't stay at home. I think I am not even, you say, I am not a patient now. I was a patient when I was admitted for 10 days over there. So they told me that my food cycle had stopped and I had stopped taking my food. The doctors told me if you want to go home, you have to eat. So I couldn't eat even a small biscuit also. I vomited as soon as I took a biscuit. Even I seeing towards the food also I vomited. I couldn't eat. But the doctors told me if you want to go home, then you will have to eat. You have to restart your food cycle. So somehow I managed with somehow you say I ate papad, I ate all type of achars, everything. Then I started slowly eating, and then I made up my mind. Now I have to fight back. Because my kids were very small. My daughter was only 15 years, and my son was 9 years old. So, and there I am a single family. I have to look after my business, and I couldn't. That was not the time to make an exit from this world. I had to fight back. Initially, I was not ready to fight. So, lot of things came to my mind. Okay, I will ruin all this amount which I am having. Then what will they do after I go? So they brought funds from everywhere so that I could do my dialysis. But when the later on stage government came to our help, it is very good thing in Maharashtra. In many states, I have come to know that in Andhra, in Rajasthan, they are doing dialysis free. Here in Maharashtra, even the government hospitals have 10 to 12 machines. Now they are putting 4 to 6 machines every taluka place. Taluka is a very small place. So in Maharashtra, there are 32 districts, and now they are putting all these 32 districts, all these talukas are placed there. Means you will have a dialysis machine every 25 kilometers, and that too free. In civil hospital, you don't have to even pay a single penny for that. And even if you are admitted in ICU, you don't have to pay anything. There are doctors to look after. See, this system has many. There are 200 patients now in this hospital where I am going, but they are getting treatment of world class. They are not getting a poor treatment. Even in civil hospital, in government hospital, you if you enter a government hospital in Maharashtra in Ahmednagar, you'll think it's a five-star hotel. It's not a hospital. Everything is neat and clean. Yeah, the beds are clean, the hospital is clean, the staff is good, and they will behave like they are very close friend of yours. They are like like a relative. They look after particular. They will not. They are not careless. The friendship bond between the operators and the patient is such. Even they will do anything for you to keep your moral high. So I can see, and once there was a nurse in my hospital, and she said now she had just joined the hospital. Now her service is almost 15 years. So she said, Baba, आप तो बहुत टिक गए. I was like, don't worry, I will retire when you retire from the hospital. So she started laughing, Bole, you're really, you have made up your mind. No, see, I have made up my mind. I will go as long as I can. Once if I am unable, if I get bedridden, then I will ask God, you come and you carry me back. But unless until I have energy, I will not surrender so easily.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paramjit, for sharing your story with us. It's such a beautiful story and such an inspiration for people staying in the remote parts of India to know that good quality dialysis are available across the country. And we have Mr. Paramjit, who is the living testimony for the same. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, man. Okay. Okay. Thank you for calling me.